Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today you're going to be seeing this look and I am testing Primark makeup, as you can tell from the title, but I am testing Primark makeup. I've got a full bag here and for everything it cost me, I did have a couple of bits anyway, but not a massive amount, but for this full face, everything that is on my face now, pretty much £35 for everything. And yeah, there's some misses, but not like massively like, oh my god, I need to take this makeup off my face. Only things that you learn from just using them. Some standout products, some that I love. I am not wearing lashes right now. This is just mascara. And this mascara is £2. £2. This lipstick, 90p. So yeah, if you want to see how I got on testing Primark makeup, keep watching. Please hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Sorry if it is a bit of a long video, which it's probably going to be, but I am testing a full face. The one thing that I couldn't get is concealer, so that is the only thing that I am saying now that I couldn't get. But everything else is Primark, so this glow, Primark. Yeah, so keep an eye out, smash that thumbs up. If you enjoy this video, leave a comment down below what products you want me to test and what brands you want me to test next. And yeah, feel that glow. Yeah, keep watching to see what products I put on and what I thought of them all. Okay, so I'm starting with my brows on, as you can see, because my brow products aren't actually new to me. If you've seen any of my videos before, you will know... Ow! Sorry, the cat just tried to jump on my knee. You will know that I do use a Primark brow pencil, which I've just missed a bit. I do use a brow pencil daily and it is in Cool Brown from Primark. It's £1. Really quick and easy to go on. Got spoolie on one end, so obviously you can just brush through your brows and blend anything out. I've actually got this in two colours. I've got it in Cool Brown and then can't remember what this shade is, but I have got it in, I think it's Graphite or Granite or something like that. But yeah, I've got it in two different colours, so that's why I've put these on, because they are not actually new products to me. I think I'm going to start with eyes. The only problem I have is sometimes my Primark is really good. Sorry, I can see my cat. She's watching my candle that I've got burning. I just need to keep an eye on her and make sure she doesn't pounce it. But yeah, sometimes my Primark can be really good for makeup, cosmetics, things like that, all things beauty. But today, not one of those days. The foundation and, well yeah, the foundation, we will see. Concealer they didn't actually have, so what I did, I actually picked up two foundations. One is a matte formula, which is the Perfect Colour Matte Foundation, which is natural to medium coverage, and it's a matte finish, oil free. You actually get 40ml in here for £3, which is a lot. Standard is 30. So I am going to use that as my foundation, but I think what I'm going to use as my concealer, which actually is quite dark because it didn't have hardly any testers, so all of this is pretty much unswatched. The only things that I obviously know the colours are the brow pencils. Everything else either didn't have a tester in the colour that I needed, or the testers were that mould and picked out. I didn't want to get my hands in there. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the foundation and contour stick, which is buildable coverage, and it's also got vitamin E, so it'll be good to put around the eyes. I'm going to use this, I think, as my concealer. So I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. Oh, it's quite creamy actually. It does come out quite nicely. It's quite creamy. Didn't know if it'd be a bit firm with it being a stick foundation. I've just nearly chucked my drink everywhere. Let me just find a concealer brush. Okay, so I'm just going to place some of this on my eyelids. I'm not really going to carve out my lids, my brows even, because I don't normally carve out my brows. But I'm just going to... Okay, so I think what the easiest thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit on either lid and blend it out. That colour's actually not massively wrong. It's not too bad anyway. It actually looks a bit better than what the actual foundation is. Because the foundation in the bottle looks quite pink, but it was the lightest shade that they had. Everything else was sort of medium to light dark skin, if you get what I mean. Yeah, like I say, sometimes my Primark can be really good, other times not so good. Yeah, so that'll blend it out, not too bad. Like I say, I'm not going to carve out my brows, it's not something that I really do. I get them HD'd, so normally they are quite good in shape. I'm just going to blow out this candle though. Yeah, Jess was getting too close to that candle. So, I'm just going to grab my beauty blender, or Real Technique sponge technically, and just pat over that, make sure there's no creases. Yeah, and then the eyeshadows I've got to test. I've got this one, which is the Nude Basics. Oops, lose that plasticky thing. The eyeshadows weren't really talking to me about. The only one that was, which I did pick up, was this one, which I think was part of their Christmas one, because it's got a little snowflake. And I haven't swatched this, but it looks so good. Look at that. That looks so nice. So I think I'm actually going to go with that on my lid today. So obviously I wanted a palette that would go with that. I actually wanted to pick up, sorry if you can hear my washing machine, I actually wanted to pick up the amber one, you know, the one that's inspired by the Huda Beauty palettes, the gemstone ones, but they didn't have that. So what I'm going to do, I don't think these have got names. Oh, they have got names. But none of these actually look like the shades on the back. But I'm going to go with this one first, which is called Stripped. Okay, so there's quite a lot of kick up in the pan. I'm just going to run that through my crease. Just using a super big fluffy blending brush. I'm not going to go too heavy on the eye makeup, or should I say the crease colours. I'm just going to go through the shades and build them up. I think I'm going to mainly focus on that other eyeshadow. Has it got a name? Dusk. Yeah, I'm going to focus on that dusk colour that we got, and it was only 50p, that eyeshadow, so if that is the payoff, and that is the payoff it's going to get on the eyes, I would nip down to your local Primark and see if they've got any. Okay, so that's not too bad. It's not really like super pigmented, but there's a little bit of colour there, enough that just sort of blends out up to the crease. Now there's not a massive amount of warm tones, it's sort of like a mix of warm and cool tones. I think the next one I'm going to take is this one here, which is Whisper. It has got some nice shimmer shades in here. It looks like there's got a couple that I could use on my inner corner and things like that. I'm going to take this on a smaller brush because I want to concentrate this to my crease. I might actually break one of the technical makeup rules and go with a little bit of shimmer in the lid, in the crease, sorry. It doesn't look too shimmery, it looks more like a satin. I'm going to, this bottom one, I'm just going to take a little bit of that because it is a bit darker, as you can see on the brush, and just bring that through my crease just to deepen that up. So it is a little bit shimmery, but once we've got that lid colour on, I don't think it's going to matter too much. And actually it'll help blend. I actually like using shimmer eyeshadows to blend them into like the rest of the matte look. So like when I do a cut crease, if I'm going to blend my eyeshadows, I use a shimmer. Just find it's the easiest way. So they're not blending it too bad, I've just got something in my eye. Yeah, so they're not blending it too bad, they just, it is sticking to my crease just a little bit. Here, can you see? Just in there, it's just sticking a little bit. I think that's actually that shimmer shade. So I'm just going to be worth it. So I'm going to take this dusk shade. I'm going to take it on my ring finger. And I'm just going to place that all over my lid. Bringing it out to my outer corner as well because we're going to blend that a little bit with a darker shade, but I want that laid down everywhere. That colour is gorgeous. You see the shimmer on that? And I'm actually going to go in with, because that shimmer in, like I say, that shimmer in the crease that we used is looking a little bit patchy, so I'm going to go in with the first colour that we used, and I'm going to blend so there's not actually even any real fallout, a little bit from that shimmer, but I think that's more from like my finger. There's like no, if I come up real close, there's no colour like under, and I have used some of the darker colours in the palette as well. Obviously I did tap off my brush first, but there's not really any massive fallout. So I'm just going to take like a flat shader brush. I'm just going to take some more of that shimmer on it, and I'm just going to place a little bit more just so that it's a bit more precise than your finger, obviously, because your finger is fine but it can't get into like all those little nooks and crannies that a brush can. I'm just bringing that up over that darker shimmer shade, and it's actually helping a little bit just to blend it. It's not perfect, but it is helping a little bit. Yeah, so it's looking a bit like it's coming across more cool toned, that colour that I put in the crease, that shimmer. So I probably wouldn't have done that, even though if I swatch the shimmer that I used, it is like a true coppery brown. So that is the colour. So it's like a gold brown, but obviously as you can see on the lid, it is looking a bit more ashy. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to nip off camera and do this eye, because obviously otherwise I'll be waffling on all day, and then I will come back and we will do something with the face. Whoops, I know this is really close, but I just wanted to show you this. This, I'm going to focus, come on, there we go, nope. There we go. So this eye is the one that I've just done, and I actually, up to now, I went in with the first two shades that I used and not the shimmer through the lid, and look how much different it looks to this one. So it is obviously that first shimmer that we used, the one from the nude one, this one. It is obviously that one that's creating that ash look, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like without. This could be quite a nice like everyday look, but obviously when you see me right, you can really see, get right on the lights there properly, you can really see the difference if I look down a bit. But I'm still gonna do my eye to look exactly the same. We don't want to be odd, but oops, I just wanted to show you what it looked like. Without that darker shade, and you can really see the difference. This could, like I said, this could be a nice like work everyday look. This one, not that great, but obviously you live and you learn. So let me finish this eye and I'll be back. Okay, so eyes are done for now. I'm going to leave them at that for the minute. I think what I might do is maybe add like a wing using this dark brown or something later. But for now, let's put some makeup on the face. All I've got on my face at the minute is possibly a bit of shimmer, because I've still got some on my finger, but is my Revolution Hyaluronic Acid Serum, which I'm going to treat this as I would any other foundation on a morning. That's what I put on, and some SPF. So let's test out this foundation. I think what I might do, because they're both buildable coverage and I haven't got a concealer, I think I'm going to use them both, but first I'm just going to clean away that shimmer that I've got everywhere. Like I say, there's not really any fallout, tiny bit. Most of it was the shimmer, which that shimmer is really nice, and it, like I say, it was 50p. So yeah, I really liked that. Let's do both. So I'm gonna, like I say, this is really creamy, and actually this colour I don't think will be too far from what I need. But because stick foundations, I look great, because stick foundations tend to be a bit more on the creamier side, a little more oily, and we all know I've got oily skin. I am going to take some of the ivory on the back of my hand, which actually, now that it's pumped out, the colour doesn't look too bad, but we will see. I'm just going to take a bit of that on my stippling brush, and I'm going to blend this, obviously bringing it down my neck. not, like I say, it's not got the maximum, it's not the best coverage, which for me, you know, my favourite foundation is Maybelline Superstay, so obviously that is very high coverage. It's not too bad. Actually, the colour's not too, let's get my arm out, the colour's not too bad either, but like I say, if it was a bit better coverage, I wouldn't be too mad. It's still got quite, it is matte, but it's still got a little bit of glow to the skin that may be from the foundation stick. Okay, so the matte foundation does say that it is buildable. Was that one the buildable one? We're going to try it anyway. Just going to pump out a little bit more. I'm going to take my Real Technique sponge this time and just mainly focus it on my cheeks, around my nose, like up to my under eye where I want a bit more coverage. So like I say, I don't have any concealer, which even like today I've not really been anywhere, done anything. I have to wear concealer. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. I'm not actually, I will show you up close in a minute once I've finished my full face, but it has given it a bit more coverage. Still got a little bit of redness coming through, can you just see there? Which obviously, if it was full coverage, I would not see any of that. But obviously we all know I don't have, like, I have oily skin, but it's not sitting funny on my skin. Obviously I haven't used a primer. I did pick up a priming and setting or finishing spray, but because I don't normally use primer, I just went in with how I would wear this if it was any other foundation. So I just put like my serum underneath. I didn't go in with the primer spray because that is how I would judge any other foundation, just with my morning skincare routine underneath. And like I said, that colour, to say this was unswatched, no testers, and looks quite pink. I mean, I do look very pale, but we can correct that with some bronzer and whatever, but I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, or if the lights are too bright, but it looks very pink. Now I may just, for the sake of this actually looking okay, I'm going to show you it now before I've done anything else, but I may just go in with a concealer under my eyes because they are still looking quite dark. I mean, you can see as I'm looking at you now, I've got dark circles, and I don't think no matter how much this I put on, it's going to cover that. But let me come up close. I really hope I haven't just broke the powder. Let me come up close. So as you can see, it's sitting really nicely. It's even, like, I've had a little bit of breakout around here. It's covered those really nicely. Like I said, under my eyes I think I need a little bit more coverage. But up to now, I'm actually quite liking the way that that looks. Which I didn't expect to, because I've tried foundations that are £3. Or technically, altogether, these were £5.50. I've tried cheap foundations before, or cheaper foundations before, and haven't really got on with them that well. But yeah, that's not too bad. So I'm just going to go off camera, put on some concealer, and I will be back. I've just brightened up under my eyes. I've stuck with, obviously, cheaper one. I've just put my Collection Lasting Perfection on, and I think that's just finished everything off. Like I say, yes, the foundation has dried down, but like my cheek there, it's still got a bit of glow to it. I think that may be the foundation and contour stick, because it is moisturising, so obviously it will be a bit more glowier. Yeah, glowier. But I'm now going to do something which I very, very really do, and I mean very rare. But I was looking for like bronzer contour products, and I was struggling, and the only thing I could find was this, which is a liquid concealer, and it is in caramel. It is a medium coverage, so I'm hoping that will do me well. The only colour they actually had it in was caramel, otherwise I would have bought it for like under eyes. But I'm gonna do a little bit of cream contouring, so I'm just gonna take a little bit. I'm going to use a stippling brush, just blend that out. Colour's not too bad actually. Because it's medium coverage, you can sort of build it a bit, and it does blend out quite nicely with that base underneath. It is a bit warm technically for cream contouring, but like I say, it was about the only shade they had, so it's what we've got to deal with. It does dry pretty quickly, but not too quick that you can't work with it. I always find with cream contouring as well, it's better to go for a shade that you think's a bit too light, and then you can like build on it and add to it, than going for a really dark shade and then really struggling to blend out. That actually looks not too bad actually. I'm quite impressed with that. If you find it's a bit too harsh, you can just go over with the foundation brush. Just helps blend everything together. Now is set these under eyes because they are creasing so bad. No matter how much a concealer says it is creaseless, if you have creases under your eyes, it will crease. And the only way to stop that is to do what I'm doing now, sponge it out or blend out the creases and then set straight away. So the only, I'm actually quite scared to put this on because it looks very ashy. The only powder they had was the foundation pressed powder. It's buildable coverage with a matte finish, so it's actually a foundation, but the only shade they had it in was Cool Sand, but I knew that I couldn't do my makeup without a powder, and look how it looks, very ashy. It's not got too much colour to it, so that's not too bad. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a nice small under eye setting brush. This one is just a Real Techniques one, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to swirl it around in the pan a bit because it has got a bit of kick up, and pick it up on the brush and really hope that this doesn't darken my under eyes. And then place that under my eyes. Now I would normally bake, but obviously we haven't got a loose setting powder. I would say it's made it slightly darker, not too much, but a little bit. But as I said, I cannot even do a makeup look without setting my under eyes, or my face for that matter, because I've got oily skin. And then I'm just going to take a nice big setting brush and just stamp that all over my face. The best way to apply powder is like this, just stamping it in, because if you go like this you can move the product around, and obviously, especially because we've cream contoured, we do not want that. We don't want cheekbones down here. We want those cheekbones to stay where they're supposed to be. Okay, so that's not too bad. I wouldn't say it's changed the colour massively, but it has cooled me down a little bit. I mean, as you can see, I'm looking a bit ghost-like. So it's not the best powder, but I think that's more for the colour. It has set me in place. Yeah, it has set me in place. It's not really made anything look too cakey or anything. And I suppose because it's got a bit of, because I do this sometimes, because it's got a bit of colour, it's not just a translucent setting powder. You could use this on like a no makeup day because it is only light coverage. Obviously you could put it on and it'll just even the skin tone out a little bit, but not make you look like you're wearing a full face of makeup. So yeah, let's leave skin there for a minute and just finish off like the under eyes and everything. I'm just going to take, this brush, which is a Revolution, I think it's like a blending brush, and I'm just going to take that crease colour, which was Whisper? Yes, Whisper, and just smoke that under my lower lash. Remember to connect it to your upper eye look. I'm not doing anything too heavy on this. Like I said earlier, I want the main focus to be on that shimmer. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, itch my nose, I'm going to take a flat brush. I'm going to take a flat brush, this is just a Morphe brush, and I'm going to pick up some of that shimmer, and I'm just going to place that along my lower lash line, stamping it on. So obviously if you like blur it out, sorry my washing machine's just decided it wants to spin. If you blur it out, obviously you are going to get quite a bit of fallout and not really get that shimmer that you want. I might actually leave, do I want to? I'll just take a little angle brush. I'm only going to do a tiny smoky wing. Just like I say, I'm going to take that darkest brown and just stamp a little bit along my upper lash line. There we go, that's quite nice. Let's just sort of finish that off a little bit. Make sure my wings are a bit equal, that would help. So the reason I didn't pick up a liquid liner is because I don't really use them that much. Anytime I really use them is if I'm putting falsies on, so there was kind of no point in me picking up another one because I've got loads in this drawer right here which I don't use that much, so there was no point in me using it just once and then throwing it away because that's a waste of product. So to finish off these eyes, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to take the PS brow gel, which I've had this before. This is just the one out of my drawer in cool brown. And I'm just going to take this through my lashes, my brows. I don't always do this, but look at the difference from that to that. One, I'm getting my brows done this week, so all of my tint has pretty much worn off. And two, sometimes like they can look a bit beige, a bit powdery, and this just helps bring some life back to them. This mascara that I picked up, one was £2 and two, I have heard quite good things about it, is the Lash Contour Mascara, and it says it is 3D curl, lengthening and mega volume. It's the one in the pink metallic. And the one thing I will say, which I actually didn't realise, not all of them, but a lot of these products are cruelty free as well, so Primark are stepping up their game in the cruelty free area. So this brush, it's got two sides to it. It's got some long bristles there, and if I turn it over, it's got some really short stubby ones. So let's see how good this is. I must admit, I don't always like mascaras on the first go, because I actually like clumpier mascaras, so like when they've been used a bit. So I may actually put a lash on and then try this mascara again. But actually it's lifting them nicely. Like I say, I would prefer if it was a bit clumpier. Okay, so actually that mascara is not bad. I mean, you can see, look how like curly my lashes look. Like I say, I'd have preferred it if it was a bit chunkier on the bottom ones. It's because obviously half of the brush is got long bristles, And I've got quite long lashes. I'm like trying not to catch my lower lash line, so I think that's probably why. But look how lifted and dark my lashes look. Takes a little bit of building. It does take some building, but yeah, I'm actually quite liking this eye look now. To say this eyeshadow wasn't that great and mascara took a little bit of building, I actually really like this. I'm not even going to put a lash on. My favourite lashes from Primark. I've used them in a couple of videos before and I've mentioned them plenty of times. One of them are actually in soak because I've worn them a couple of times and obviously I needed to get all the glue off. But my favourite ones are So-So. Absolutely fantastic, and these are from the Glam Lash collection, and my favourite ones are Dubai and Milan. Love them. They're only £5. They are exclusive to Primark, but they are so good, and for £5 they're reusable. They're not just one shot gone, they are reusable. These are the shape even Milan. Let me take them out of the box. I think that might be a bit easier to show you. But they are so good. They do have some other ones which are a bit more natural, still really long and fluttery, but a bit more natural. And these are Milan ones. Look how gorgeous they are. Really easy to apply. I actually took them away with me, the Dubai ones that is, when me and Chris went away for the weekend, and I wore them every single day while he was away. So yeah, really good. I really like them. And like I say, I was going to put them on, but this mascara, I can see why people do like it. Like I say, it would be a bit better if it was a bit more clumpy, but that's just personal preference when it comes to mascaras. So let's do the face, because I've waffled on enough now. We need to warm up this face, add some blush and some glow. So the two palettes I picked up were the PS Topaz and the PS Rose Quartz, and they're both highlight and glow palettes. I really struggled, like I say, to find a bronzer, sorry, and the closest I could find was this one in the Topaz palette. It is a shimmery blush, and it's quite orange, but it's what we've got, because this Rose Quartz one is like your blushes, highlight. That highlight is gorgeous because that's got like a pink shift to it. Glow. So let's try my bronzing brush, and oh, that's a lot of kickback. Yeah, let's, fingers crossed. Yeah, like I say, there's a lot of kickback in the pan. It's not too pigmented, so the fact that when you put it down it doesn't blend out, and it's not actually too shimmery. It doesn't come across really shimmery, but the one thing I will say, make sure you tap off that brush because there's a lot. Bronzer is quite nice actually. Like I say, I mean, you can see, like, if I, is it gonna pick it up on camera? Nope. But you can see there's like some texture here. That is from literally where my brush has tapped in, and it has flaked the whole pan up pretty much. If I just do that, and you can sort of just about see. But like I say, it's quite a nice bronzer. Is it expensive? Yes, it's £5. And really, I may use Goddess in that palette, but there's only one shade in that palette I can get away with, which is obviously the bronze. The shimmer and the highlight I may be able to get away with, but the other two shades are definitely a no from me. So let's add some blush. All of these blushes are shimmery, which actually I've been liking a shimmery blusher. Let's swatch some of these. So we've got Smoking, Obsessed, Too Much, and then we've got the highlighter, which is So Sweet. So we've got the highlighter, which is gorgeous. That is scary. As you can see, they are quite shimmery. But those ones, I am more likely to use those ones because blush you can be a bit lighter with, and obviously you can make it as pigmented or as little as you want. Obviously not everyone likes the in-your-face blushed look. Must admit I do like my blush. So I'm just mixing the colours Smoking and Obsessed, which have got the peachier undertones. I'm staying away from that pink. That is really nice. I do like them. Like I said, they are very glowy, which for me is very strange, but I do actually like, I look like I'm wearing highlighter and I've not even touched the highlighter yet. But I'm not mad at this at the minute. I do like it. Let's take Jessie Bear, what are you doing? No, get out my drink. Come up here. Come up. Up. Yeah. Clever girl. Okay, so sorry about that. I'm going to take So Sweet. It is very loosely pressed. And let's, please don't ruin this. This is the one thing I was really looking forward to. That is so pretty. It does leave a tiny cast, not too much, but I must admit what I normally do, or what I have been doing, is highlighter and then blusher just to blend everything together. And obviously I've done it backwards today, so let's just go with that brush. And what I may do, just because we've got it, is go very lightly with, these are a bit awkward, the size of them, just go very lightly because I do know it's going to be, especially with this foundation, it's going to be a little too dark, just with Goddess, just to add a slight gold tint to that highlight, just right there. Oh, that's blinding. last thing to do, which actually I'm going to go back into the eyeshadow palette, because like I say, there was a gorgeous highlighting shade. Hoping it's gorgeous. Let's swatch it. Yes, I'm going to use that to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. And then we're going to put a lip on and we are done. I was going to say bright and blinding at the same time. That is in my inner corner. Just really opens everything up. I actually really liked testing Primark makeup. Primark isn't always the place you think to go for makeup, everything like that, but they have got some good stuff. So let's finish with lips. I've actually got a couple of things to choose from for lips even. I've got two of their Luster lips. Make Me Up Missa really likes these. They are 90p, and I got two shades in those. I got True Nude, which I think is called Barely There, and then I got this one, which is Skin on Skin, which is like more of a pinky nude, which I may go for today because obviously that shimmer that we put on the lid is like a little bit of a coppery pinky shift. And the lip pencil I bought, because I do like to wear a dark lip pencil no matter what lip colour I wear, I bought Nudes in the Buff, which is just like a dark brown colour. I'm just going to line my lips, and I'm not going to talk because I make a mess otherwise. Okay, so that is that lip liner, which is just a lip liner, really nice, really goes on really easily. And then like I say, I'm going to use the shade Skin on Skin. These are so creamy. That colour is really nice. Don't know what's going on with my colour, but you seem to have gone really cool tone. But yeah, that lipstick, that Luster lip, really nice. They're tiny. They're, well, not tiny, but they're not huge. Actually, it's bigger than my MAC. How much do we get in MAC? 3 grams. 3 grams. And it doesn't tell you how much. Pooey. No, it doesn't tell you how much. But it's about the same size as your MAC lipstick, and it's actually a similar shape. Feels really nice. It's like a satin finish, so it's not completely matte, but it's quite moisturising. So to finish everything off, I'm going to go in with the 2-in-1 primer and finishing spray. Oh, that's got a big squirter. It has got argan oil in it, so you just need to make sure you shake up. And then Let's just get it. Oh, that's a nice fine mist. Right, let's try. Did need that because that foundation, the powder one, was quite drying, so I did definitely need a setting spray. But this is, come a little bit closer to you, let's move to the light. This is the finished look. What do you all think? I'm actually really impressed. I didn't expect to like Olive or like them, but yeah, I did. Like I said, the only thing that I didn't have was a concealer, but I just used my collection. The eyeshadows are really nice, apart from that brown, which was really strange because it swatched a lovely dark bronze colour, but came out really cool toned in the crease. Whether it would go on differently if we put it on the lid, but I really like this. Those blushes are gorgeous, they just add enough to tie everything together, and they're nice and glowy, so my skin looks really healthy. Have you tried anything? Let me know. Ooh, tripod's moved. Oh no. Yeah, was there anything that you have tried or that you think I should try? Like I say, that highlighter is glowing, that I've just chucked on the floor. It is glowing. My skin looks really nice. Obviously I have still got like my pores and everything because I haven't put a pore smoothing primer on, but day to day I would quite happily go about my day looking like this. I'm not, because I'm going in the shower now and washing my hair, but I would quite happily go about my day. Standout product, this eyeshadow. I think it's just the colour. I absolutely love the colour, which is this swatch right here, and the Rose Highlight and Glow palette. I really like that. I think anything else, yes, they are good. Obviously my brow pencil I use every day anyway, but for a full face I think it will be about £35. I'm not being funny. Some places you can go and you can, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done it. I've got my Estee Lauder foundation, which is pretty much £31, £32. So obviously I've got a full face on for the same price as one foundation. Yes, there's a couple of things that I would maybe not get next time or try next time. But yeah, full face for £35 if you're on a budget. Primark is definitely up in their game when it comes to makeup, so try them out. And like I say, this lipstick feels really soft and moisturising, and it's very pigmented as well, so yeah, go pick it up. It's only 90p. But yeah, absolutely, like I say, loved most of these products. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I know it's a long one, but it is a testing one, and I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you did, if you want to see more of this. Let me know what brands, products you want me to test out next, and I will see you all next time. Bye.